Well, guys, it's not looking good. I'm going to be honest. Our profits are burning down quicker than a mansion in the Palisades. But is the bull market actually over, or is this just still a healthy retracement? At the time of recording, Bitcoin is sitting in the danger zone for sure. It's at about $92,500. And if it drops any lower than this, really, it's going to be in serious danger of putting in a lower low. The day hasn't closed yet, though, and as long as this is just a wick and it doesn't actually close the candle below the closure back here on December 30th, then things are still going to be looking good. And if we can come up here and break above about $102,000 at this previous level of support from 2 or 3 days ago, then we can continue this bull market. But this lower high right here is definitely not looking good to me. And if it confirms a lower low, then that means that we're entering a downtrend. In that situation, obviously, it means that we're probably going to continue even lower because the trend is your friend until it ends. And unfortunately, if we do make a lower low here, then this uptrend has come to an end. That doesn't necessarily mean that the bull market is over yet. We can, like I said in my previous video, come down here to like the mid 86 or mid 80s range because we do have a little bit of support down here below us. But if we break down below that level, then honestly, it's not going to be looking good at all because we definitely don't have really any support at all below that until we get down to about $74,000. In that situation, that might actually mean that the bull market is over, but fortunately, I think that that probably would be pretty close to the bottom actually. Maybe we come back down to like the mid 60s or something in the bear market, but I don't think we're going to see as significant of a downturn as we did in the last bear market because just like we've been seeing diminishing returns, we've also been seeing diminishing bear markets as well. Also, the cost of production, I think, is still up here in like the 60s or 70s. And of course, that's going to come down a little bit as the price comes down as well. But that usually does act as the floor, and I don't think it's probably going to be sinking very much lower than about the mid 60s. In past bear markets, we've really never seen the price come down below the previous all time high, except for in the very last bull market or bear market. And it came all the way back down to like $15,000 on a wick, which was about 23% lower than the previous all time high from the bull market back in 2017. So we definitely could come back down below the previous all-time high from back in 2021 if the bear market does begin right now. But I don't think it's going to come down any more than 20% probably from the high of 2021. And that would put the bottom maybe around like $55,000 at the probably absolute worst. Fortunately, though, I don't think the bull market is over. And as long as we don't make that lower low right here, then we probably can continue to the upside, and maybe we're going to get squeezed in between this descending resistance line and this ascending support line. Then maybe this is going to play out like a symmetrical triangle, which is a continuation pattern, and that could send us back up headed towards that price target that we still haven't hit yet of about $120,000. I still think that it's really possible that that could be the top of the market or pretty close to it. But we're still waiting on Trump's inauguration, which is coming up in like just a couple of weeks. And whenever that happens, we're just going to have to see if Trump actually does stick to his promise that he's going to make America a pro-cryptocurrency environment. Like I've said, it's going to take some time for positive crypto legislation to actually get put in place. And with the Department of Government Efficiency's goal basically being to deregulate things, hopefully we can see some kind of deregulation or maybe even some positive regulation that's going to encourage innovation in the crypto space. And that's the kind of news that I think we're going to be needing to send us to the upside. Unfortunately, right now, there's really not any news except for some bad news. According to this article on Crypto Briefing, DOJ was just cleared to sell $6.5 billion in Bitcoin that was seized from Silk Road. I think that is pretty much all of the rest of the Bitcoin that they have from Silk Road. And if they do sell it, then just like they have in the past, it's going to be a mistake. But I wouldn't be surprised because they don't want Donald Trump to have his Bitcoin strategic reserve. So it's definitely possible that they're going to sell this, and it could cause some downward pressure in the market. But just like in the past, I think it's something that is not going to be all that hard to overcome, especially now that we have big institutions like BlackRock buying up all the Bitcoin that they possibly can. Also, even if they do sell all of this Bitcoin, I don't think that's going to make it to where Trump can't make a strategic Bitcoin reserve. It just means that they're going to have to print a bunch of more dollars to buy the Bitcoin and then put it in the reserve. That's obviously going to be positive for the price of Bitcoin because with the government buying a bunch of Bitcoin, other governments around the world are going to follow suit. And the whole point of Bitcoin is to escape the devaluation of the dollar because they just keep printing it. So obviously, if they just print a bunch of money to buy a bunch of Bitcoin, that's going to prove the whole point of Bitcoin. And I think that in itself is going to incentivize people to try to escape the dollar. And the only place to go is Bitcoin. Unless you're Peter Schiff. For now, though, I'm going to keep my eye on this red candle today because if it does actually close down here below about $92,500, then I guess that's going to be a confirmed lower low. And as much as I hate to admit it, honestly, you just can't escape the trend and you shouldn't fight it. If it happens, then a whole bunch of people are going to be panicking. But just remember, we still have a little bit of support here underneath us. But if we break down below that and actually start closing candles below, then just watch out because this is not looking like a lot of support right here. And let me know what you guys think in the comments. Is the bull market actually over or is this just a bear trap? Either way, thank you guys so much for watching and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. But most importantly, don't forget to do only good every day and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.